Coyote hunting can be a controversial topic, and honestly took some time for me to fully understand and support. Learning more about the importance of coyote and predator management to cattle farmers along with our ungulate species has led me to be drawn more toward coyote hunting and predator management throughout the years. Coyotes do a great deal of damage financially and emotionally to ranchers and cattle farmers. They kill calves, ranch dogs, cats, chickens, and many other animals these ranchers rely on and love. Being asked to come help a rancher with some coyote control prior to their calving season is a privilege. We are here on this property to help protect this rancher's livelihood by doing our part to help control the coyote population, allowing their newborn calves to survive. Guys, welcome back to another coyote film. Colin and I are back over here on that property. Just got in here and walking in, there's a coyote just 100 yards away, just skyline sitting right on the ridge top looking at us. And I was getting on him, getting ready in case he stepped off that skyline. That direction behind him there are some buildings, so I wasn't going to take that shot, but tried to lip squeak him and get him to come in, but he had us pegged and saw us, so he just kind of dipped down and out. But we heard some other ones yipping back behind us, so we're gonna grab our stuff and head back this way. Wind is kind of coming down and across, so we're gonna head that way, so the wind's constantly in our favor. We're gonna get just up over here and probably find a nice little spot to set up and start calling. Talking with the landowner before I got over here, he had told me that this area back here, he'd been hearing a lot of howling, a lot of yipping, and he actually killed one down off this face a couple weeks ago. So we're gonna give this side a try. We never even tried this side of the property last time, and so this is a new little spot for us and new little portion of the property. So we're gonna grab our stuff, head out, and get to the first stand. Crept around along this rock wall, and we're going to use this rock wall as our backdrop. We're in the shade now, sun's behind us. We can see a ton of country. So I think we're going to be able to set up here, get the call out quite a ways. We heard coyotes up this way. So I would be pretty surprised if we don't see one from this spot. We got some long range areas out here, so we might get a long shot, but we'll be able to call them in close enough to, 300-400 yards and get a shot. But we should have great visual cover, and the hardest part's just going to be getting them within range from this spot. This time of year, I'm gonna try a female coyote invitation howl and see if this lone guy out here, maybe it's a lone male, get him to come in. He's at like 650 bedded, but I have a little ridge in front of me that's right at 300. So I'm hoping that maybe he'll come in to that ridge and I'll have a shot at him right there.
So we had this one coyote at 640 that Zack was looking at for about 10 minutes. And then I took a quick glance over to the right, and at 270 there was one bedded just right in front of us that we somehow missed. So I got set up on that.
first real stand of the day. We had one coyote bedded way out that got up to pup distress, came closer and then hung up in some sagebrush. And while I was just kind of like playing with some other calls, trying to get that thing to move, Colin spotted this one right here, and he had a good shot on it off his tripod. Just hammered it. So one down, and we'll see what else. This is a great spot. We can see a lot from here. So yeah, we'll see what else we can turn up and see if anything else wants to pop out and show itself. We're trying to make our way over to another stand. After looking for Colin's coyote, we just couldn't find it in all the sagebrush. So we're making our way over. Bumped one coyote back here. Tried to get set up on it and give it some lip squeaks. It would stop and slow down, but just didn't give me a shot. And we just were like, all right, let's keep coming up. We had a point right here that we wanted to get to. And like right as we were getting up to this point, Colin saw one running through the sagebrush and turned into like four, all just booking it out of the sagebrush. That's the hard thing with this snow right now. It's so loud. Walking through here, just trying to get from stand to stand. It's just tricky without bumping something. What we're finding in these coyotes is they're just bedding in this sagebrush, like in the sunny spots. Just kind of getting tucked next to a sage, taking some sun, and just bedding down. And so they're able to hear us or see us. And so it's just, that's been the biggest challenge, is getting into a spot without bumping them out first. So those ones have bumped way out ahead of us. We could either try and circle way up above, but the wind's kind of coming down, or we may have to go down and around and come in from the front of them. Try and call them that way. But there's a lot of coyotes in here. That's 9. Killed 1. Seen 9. We went back to the truck, drove all the way around, came back in front past where we saw those 4 coyotes. I got the decoy about 30 yards out into this field. This is kind of a tall grass field. And then I got the predator call out there, or the speaker out there. And we'll probably just hit like some distress calls and see if we can get them to come down. But with where we're sitting, I can get prone and get pretty comfortable. So I should be able to take like a decently long shot if they hold up. I got a coyote spotted at 412. Bedded on top of this rock. I'll lay down and try and see if I can get a good shot.
Off and then try and lay low.
Jammed. He came down. I don't know where he went. this far skyline. Came all the way in, picked him up at like 1250 yards, that is, and came all the way into 720 and is bedded up there. Kind of thrown the kitchen sink at this thing to try and get it to commit and come closer. It's just gotten super content and comfortable where it's at. So with us only having another hour and a half left, we've got a rock outcropping picked out up here, and we're gonna kind of loop around, try and get on that rock outcropping, and we're hoping that that'll give us a visual on where this coyote's bedded. And it should be 350, and then if we can't see him, we'll hit the call, because the last time we did that, as soon as we hit that call, he popped up and sat up and kind of looked, just kind of sat there for a few minutes and then laid back down. So if we can get to that rock outcropping, get set up before he moves, knows we're there, anything like that, we can be on the guns, hit the call, and when he pops his head up out of the brush, we should be in a good spot to take a shot. So we are going to give that a try. All right, well, we just got over here, like we just talked about. I just picked up the coyote bedded, 363. Pulling up my app right now to get it to dial. And hopefully I'll be able to see him through this little window that we have. 4.5. All right, well, after missing once at the last trip at 400, just to the left, missed earlier just to the left again, and then just now missed like barely. I think I hit hair, and all of them are just to the left, and it was like 400, 407, and like 360, and they're just all just barely left. And so I just picked out a rock. There was a nice little rock wall over there with a perfect like 90-degree cutout rock, and shot. And like right next to that cutout rock, there's a big black hole. And my first two shots both like right into that black hole when I was holding right on that edge. So the gun was just shooting a little bit left. Made a slight adjustment, bringing it back to the right. Shot again, drilled the spot right on that corner. So unfortunately, the gun was just a little bit off to the left. It's kind of a lesson when you drive around and go all over the place and trip after trip after trip, and it bouncing around in the truck and riding around in the backpack. It could have, fallen over, any of those little things. It got bumped and it was off just that little bit. And that's kind of the difference right now between what could have been like a 3 coyote day and a 1 coyote day. Last trip could have been 2 and missed one. So good little reminder to keep checking your rifle, make sure that your zero's all good and your right and left is still holding true, especially when you get out to distance, because that coyote that I shot last time at 90 yards, it wasn't going to make a difference if I was just a 1/4 of an inch left at 100 at that range. But when you start getting deeper and deeper into your shooting, that quarter-inch left, you know, extrapolates as you get further out. So unfortunately, learned that lesson on a couple coyotes. Luckily, it is just coyotes and not a big buck or something like that. But like I said, just a nice little reminder to check your gun all the time. Keep shooting, shoot regularly, shoot at targets, shoot at rocks, whatever you got. And hopefully you won't have any issues where you miss 3 animals all within like an inch to the left. So we're gonna head out, and I believe we have time for one more quick stand. So we're gonna boogie down to the truck, hit the truck, drive, and do a stand just like just a short distance off the road. See if we can't get one right before dark, and hopefully redeem ourselves a little bit. Colin's been shooting great. He shot 1-shot kill, no problem, but me today, so hopefully we'll fix that.